Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 3rd. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and you will catch me live. Wow, this is a great week for you, Cancer. I can tell already. So I love this. You have amazing cards here. You have this Panther Spirit, the Abundance card, the Yang Energy card, the Ace of Wands, the Star. Pisces also had the Star as their center card. So if you're dealing with a Pisces, or if you have Pisces in your chart, you might want to watch the Pisces reading. I would say to you, this is amazing. I have not seen a reading this good for you in a while. Cancer, look at this, 2 aces. You have 3 aces, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. In the World, the Star. Are you kidding me here? This is amazing for you, Cancer. I love this. So, and look, the Ace of Pentacles wanted to pop out, and so did the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom. I don't take pop-outs, Cancer, but yeah, this is amazing, is what I'm going to say to you. You have this Panther Spirit. This card says reclaim your power. This card is kind of like a card of having your mind set on something that you want to achieve. And this could be like a person in love. It could be maybe you want to achieve a certain business goal, or maybe you want to achieve just something in work or business. And it's kind of like a card of focus. So I feel like a lot of you are reclaiming your power, probably after some nightmares, is what I'd say to you. You have the Temperance card, the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Wands here. Definitely some sort of major new beginning. 3 aces is definitely some sort of extremely positive, major new beginning coming into your life. The Nine of Swords is like after an extremely difficult period of time. Nine of Swords is, you know, having a nightmare, waking up and still being stuck in a nightmare. So this is like major blessings coming in for you. Like I said, this is a very positive reading for you, Cancer. Even the World card, like, she looks very happy. I'm not sure if my camera is going to show you or pick it up, but she looks very happy on this World card. So I feel like for a lot of you, there's just like a ton of happiness coming in here with these cards. I feel like for some of you, this is like a blessing in disguise right here, the Nine of Swords with the Temperance card. It's almost like you turned a situation around. The Temperance card represents alchemy, you know, turning one thing into another to simplify it. And I feel like for some of you, you have turned a negative into a positive here with these 2 cards. So I really like that. This could have been some sort of difficult situation where you kind of reclaimed your power. For some of you, this Ace of Wands would tell me that you stood up to someone here. Could be in love, could be in business, or, you know, some other area of your life. I'm really surprised, like the Queen of Wands, for example, didn't show up in this reading, because, you know, this is the types of vibes that I'm getting here, Cancer, are definitely kind of like Queen of Wands vibes coming off of here. So love it. Next, even better than that, you have the Abundance card. Clearly, there's a ton of abundance coming in for you. Again, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So that would have been all 4 aces, but definitely a lot of abundance coming in here. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Star, and the World here. For some of you, this is simply recognition. So I feel like for some of you, you could be being recognized for work that you've done, and you could be getting a lot of attention because of it with that Star card. And it could be from the world. Like, this to me is like fame, is what I would say to you, Cancer. So some of you might be becoming famous with this energy. Maybe you're on YouTube or something like that, and you're getting a ton of attention here. If you're not becoming famous, this says that there's just a buttload of opportunities for you in work or business or even love to get a lot of positive attention here, Cancer. I always say that the tarot can't make anything happen for us. As positive as this is, Cancer, without fail, I always get comments from people who always say, nothing happened for me this week. Love didn't show up. You know, work didn't show up for me. I'm like, yeah, things don't just magically appear. Tarot is not magic. It just points out the opportunities that we have to improve our lives. It just points out the opportunities that we have to, you know, make things happen. It just points out the energy, right? So I feel like the energy, to make this very clear, this is not going to just magically happen for you here, Cancer. This is something that you have to embrace, something that you're going to have to step into. So how? You have the Three of Pentacles. This is saying if you're trying to get a job or trying to get attention and love, teamwork is going to be your best friend. Teamwork makes the dream work with the Three of Pentacles. So asking people for help is going to be important. If you want love, again, or something in business, the Star says you need to stand out. You need to be the star, and you will get a lot of positive attention with the Star card. The World, same thing. World represents you going through some sort of change. The World is a card of birth to me. The World represents stepping through this middle part here, and the World represents a portal. It says you could be going through or stepping through some sort of portal in your life. And the World also represents a birthing process as well. So it's like you have to start something new to get this abundance. Could be a new job, new business, new relationship. But this looks amazing. If there was ever a time to get started, it would be right now. Again, this isn't going to magically show up on your doorstep, but this energy that's available to you is amazing, Cancer. And I want to stress that. I'm going to keep stressing it in my tarot videos because, it's like I feel like too many readers make it seem like this is just going to magically happen. This is very amazing, very positive. But again, you're going to have to like embrace this energy and make it happen. Next, you have this Yang energy card. This is basically the Ace of Wands right here. This is a card that says it is time for you to take action on something. And you have two aces in this row. You have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. For some of you, you could be taking some action on something that has brought some burdens into your life with this Ten of Wands. So maybe you're reaching out to someone in love. Maybe you've been in a no contact situation. For some of you, I feel like this is them, obviously. So I feel like this could be the person communicating with that Ace of Swords, probably communicating some sort of truth or clarity to you here with this card. The Ace of Cups is just your emotions overflowing, being very happy. But really, to me, this is you getting started, is what I'd say to you. And I'll tell you why. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups kind of says that you need to take the first step. Normally, the Ace of Cups is like God's hand reaching out with the cup, right? And there's a dove with the Eucharist putting it into the cup. And it kind of represents the fact that it's like the universe is making you some sort of offer. Maybe the universe is saying like, hey, there's an opportunity for a new job. There's an opportunity for a new relationship or something new here that's going to make you very happy. That's going to give you a lot of faith and hope and all this other stuff that's going to inspire you or inspire other people with the Star. It's like, but once you take the first step, that dove represents the universe making your cups overflow. So it's kind of like you have to get started. Yang energy, needing to get started. Ace of Wands, needing to get started. So I feel like you are going to feel very inspired to take action on something this week with this Star card. It could be to communicate with the Ace of Swords. It could be to just put your energy into a new project or business. And the Ten of Wands, to me, I feel like the Ten of Wands gets a bad rap. Number one, tens are the end, number one, right? So yeah, it can represent burdens, being exhausted after a long journey, and it can represent all that other stuff, but it's the end. So it's like you're coming to the end of a long journey. For some of you, I do feel like you will be picking up burdens here with the Ten of Wands, but burdens are not necessarily a bad thing. It's like maybe you're picking up some extra responsibilities in work or business, but maybe you're also doubling your income. Not a big deal. Maybe you're getting into a relationship where there are some obstacles to overcome, but you have two aces here. So, maybe it'll be extremely successful relationship. So maybe you're getting into a relationship with the Star where there is some distance, or maybe you live far away with the World, right? And it's like maybe that's something that has to be overcome, but ultimately there will be a lot of success in whatever the situation is. So Cancer, this is the best reading I've done for you in a long time. That is not clickbait. That is no joke. This is definitely, you have not had a reading this good in a while. Between the Temperance card and the Three of Pentacles, you have the Fox card. The Fox in the Lenormand card reading system represents like a deceptive energy or a tricky energy here. But again, this looks like something that you have overcome, especially with this Nine of Swords. So I do feel like something could have been, like I said at the beginning of the reading, I almost got like a blessing in disguise type of energy here. And that's what I feel like for you. Between the Nine of Swords here and the Star, you have the Child. Love it. The Child is like a card of childlike energy. So I feel like for a lot of you, you have become more curious. I feel like you have maybe been wanting to focus more on fun as well. The other thing is children have a lot of hope, right? Children have a lot of hope and faith that things are going to work out. And you have the Star here, so it kind of makes sense that it's coming up there. Between the Ace of Wands here and the World, you have the Eight of Diamonds. This is called the Key. The Key says you hold all the keys necessary to be very successful at this time. It's kind of like a card of paying attention to the details as well. So definitely time to pay attention to the details, but it's also a card that says, just do it, get started. It's a card that says you hold the keys to open certain doors in your life, and now is the time. Between the Three of Pentacles here and the Ace of Cups, you have the Six of Clubs. The Six of Clubs to me is like a good card, bad card. It can represent having a cross to bear. It can represent some burdens or challenges. And the other funny thing is that some Lenormand systems call the cross the crossing, meaning that you are crossing through a difficult period of time, or maybe you're crossing through some challenges, but ultimately you're going to be successful. On Lenormand cards, where they call the crossing, this card the crossing, it's like usually there's like some ugly ground and it's like going to something more beautiful. So again, I feel like for some of you, maybe you are picking up some burdens, like I said earlier in the reading, but ultimately this is going to lead to a lot of success. Between the Star and the Ace of Swords, love it, you have the Three of Hearts. I don't attach a meaning to the Three of Hearts. To me, the Three of Hearts is not a real Lenormand card, by the way, but in the playing card reading system, I just refer to it as an indicator card. To me, it just says things are moving forward in the right direction in your life. Between the World and the Ten of Wands here, you have the Two of Diamonds. Again, not a real Lenormand card. This deck that I'm using is the Maybe Lenormand, and it just has some extra playing cards in it. The Two of Diamonds to me is a card of a settlement. So some of you could be receiving a settlement. It's also a card of like a perfect match in work or business. So some of you could be getting a job or something that you match up with perfectly there. With that card. So I do feel like there could be a lot of success with the Two of Diamonds for you there. And it can also just represent having the resources to do something. So some of you, maybe you're like wanting to start a business and it's like, you're like, do I have the money? This is like the money coming in. All right, your first row outcome here is the Four of Spades. The Four of Spades, like the Four of Swords, it's just a card of recovery. And so some of you could be going through some sort of recovery, or you could be kind of like taking a break here, and it can represent like a vacation or just taking some time for yourself. In this middle row, you have the Queen of Clubs. This card is called the Snake. Again, really weird. You might want to watch Pisces reading if you have Pisces in your chart, Cancer. Pisces have the Snake and the Fox as well. And the Snake and the Fox is definitely tricky energy, but it can represent tricking yourself out of something good. You know, it could be that something good is happening for you and you're like, is this too good to be true? You know, should I be doing this? All the what ifs. So I would say no what ifs with that card. And in your bottom row here, you have the Six of Diamonds. This card is called the Clover. And there you go. The clover represents like a 4-leaf clover. If you were a 4-leaf clover in a patch of 3-leaf clovers, you wouldn't feel very special, would you, Cancer? It's like all the other little 3-leaf clovers would be making fun of you for having a 4th leaf, and you wouldn't know that you represented luck. So this is a very good card, the Six of Diamonds, and it represents success, but it's also a card of imposter syndrome. Again, feeling like you're not good enough to have something, or feeling like you're not good enough to get something that you desire. So, you know, to me, there's a lot of luck here coming in for you, but it's like about needing to realize that you're good enough to do something. Like I said, don't trick yourself out of something that could be very good for you, where maybe you feel like you're not adequate or whatever. You definitely are. This is an amazing reading, Cancer. So this card just says kind of like get started with that Six of Diamonds. The other thing is that the Queen of Clubs and the Fox here, with this Six of Diamonds, this could be other people telling you that you're not good enough. So again, don't listen to other people. And again, I got like a very similar message in the Pisces reading, so you might want to watch that. But I definitely feel that this could be other people telling you that you're not good enough, or maybe they're not directly telling you that you're not good enough. But people, what I said to Pisces and what I'll say to you is that people love to project. Like if we're starting a business, for example, you know, people will come at it, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if you should do that. That's risky. 50, it's like, yeah, no shit. Of course it's risky to start a business, right? But you know, people who do it become successful. So I always say, don't take advice from people who haven't done a damn thing in their life with this Queen of Clubs, right? So I would just be careful of, you know, kind of listening to people who have never done anything in their life with that Queen of Clubs. But this is a very good reading, a lot of success coming up for you here. Yeah, you have the Five of Hearts here. I want to pull an outcome, Five of Spades. Very interesting. This says take a risk. The Five of Spades to me in the playing card reading system says take a risk. That Five of Hearts card of jealousy. You know, people could be jealous of you. You could be dealing with jealous people, people who don't like seeing you be successful. I wouldn't even focus on it, is what I'd say to you. You know, like I always say, I have a rule, no free attention. So, you know, it doesn't, to me, you know, people ask me all the time, like in the nightly readings, is like so-and-so jealous and all this other stuff. I say the same thing every single night. It's like, to me, I love when people are jealous to me. I have an affirmation that I write down. I have several, but one of them is that if, you know, people basically are sending me negative or toxic energy, it turns into positive energy and it just fills me up more and gives me more energy. So every time someone hates on me or is jealous of me or whatever, I just get more and more energy and I grow more and more. So these people are, the haters are helping. And I feel like that's what you need to say to yourself here. So like if people are jealous or, you know, talking behind your back, good, like use that to build you up is what I'd say here. But this is a very good reading. Love it. So thank you for watching, Cancer, and definitely enjoy your week.